would have thought that children can be victims of identity theft? The sad truth is that kids become identity theft victims more often than we realize. If you're concerned about the possibility of your child becoming a victim, keep listening, because we provide some helpful ways to safeguard their identities from thieves. Welcome to Money Tip Tuesday from the Making Money Personal podcast. Child identity theft isn't something we often think about. However, it occurs more often than you might expect. According to Javelin's Child Identity Fraud Report, child identity theft affects 1.25 million kids every year, which translates to about 1 in 50 children in America. When you see those numbers, it becomes apparent that we must act now to protect the children in our lives. What is child identity theft? According to the Federal Trade Commission, child identity theft happens when someone takes a child's sensitive personal information and uses it to get services or benefits or to commit fraud. They might use your child's social security number, name and address, or date of birth. Child identity theft happens for a multitude of reasons. The perpetrator could use this information to open a bank or credit card account, apply for government benefits, or even sign up for a utility service or rent a place to live. Much like other types of identity theft, it can be easy for this type of theft to remain undetected for months or even years. Here's how it happens. As with adults, identity theft against children can be perpetrated through a variety of sources. Here's a list of some ways that children's personally identifiable information, or PII, could be exposed and then potentially used for fraudulent purposes. The first one is through data breaches. Kids' personal identifying information is in so many places, and nothing is completely secure. Schools, doctors' offices, and your home can all experience security breaches. After a child's confidential information, or PII, is exposed, whether the data breach incident is accidental or with malicious intent, the security breach cannot be undone. Often, criminals will wait to utilize confiscated information for their own purposes. Number 2 is familial fraud. 3 out of 4 cases of child identity theft come from those close to the victim in what's known as familial fraud, and often occur in correlation with other forms of abuse, according to Javelin's Child Identity Fraud Report. Kids are often more trusting than adults, especially when they know the person who's asking for their information. Unscrupulous individuals at times utilize the PII of their own children, or children they know through family or friends, for their own benefit. A third method is through phishing. These scams don't just target adults. Children that use the internet without parental supervision have a higher chance of giving their sensitive information to a scammer, not realizing that they're being tricked. Kids don't always know not to share their birth date, place of birth, and passwords with strangers or online friends. And a fourth method is through hacking. As more children have their own devices, and often multiple devices, computers, tablets, and phones, hacking becomes more common. Hackers can gain access to the information stored on these devices and can also log into social media accounts, which they could use to attempt to defraud friends and family acting as your child. Now I'm going to go over some warning signs of child identity theft. Regardless of the way the information makes it into the hands of identity thieves, here are some warning signs that your child's identity may have been stolen. 1 is unexpected mail. Your child begins receiving credit card offers, collection notices, or bills under their name. Another is collection calls. You or your family members begin to receive calls from collection agencies for unpaid bills in your child's name. Another is government benefits denials. Your child is being denied government benefits because they're already being claimed, when this is not the case. And there's IRS notifications. The IRS contacts you or your child about your child owing taxes or indicates that their social security number was used on another tax return. Okay, so here are a few important ways that you can help protect your children. The first way is to keep important documents in a secure location. Keep your family's personal identifying information in a secure place in your home. Be selective about what services you sign up for, and don't give your information unless it's necessary. Make sure that any important documents in your home, such as social security cards, birth certificates, or other legal documents, are stored securely to avoid compromise. Another is to share personal information with caution. Assess the need before listing your child's social security number on forms. Schools and school break camps shouldn't be using it as the only unique ID for each child. If a social security number is required, don't be afraid to ask if it's okay to share only the last 4 digits of your child's number. Another thing is to educate your child. Talk to your child about the importance of privacy and the dangers of sharing personal information online and offline. Ensure that your child isn't sharing personal information like their birth date, address, or school on social media, other platforms, or with other individuals without your permission. Make sure you secure your mail. If you're sending or receiving mail with personal details, especially if those personal details pertain to your children, consider using a mailbox that locks or opt for electronic delivery. Retrieve your mail daily as soon as possible. Consider opting into the U.S. Postal Service's Informed Delivery Service. It's free to sign up, and it will provide a daily digest email that will preview your mail and packages scheduled to arrive soon, along with an image of each of your incoming letter-sized mail pieces. This will help you stay vigilant if any missing mail never arrives. And of course, remember to discard unnecessary documents with care. If you have postal mail or other important documents that you no longer need to keep on file, make sure you use a cross-cut shredder to securely destroy the paperwork. Criminals can engage in dumpster diving to retrieve discarded paperwork with personal information, potentially compromising you and your family. Another important thing that you can do is to monitor your child's personal information. If you have Triangle's Better Checking account, you and your family are covered with dark web monitoring. This benefit monitors your personal information and any registered credentials. You have the option to add additional credentials in your secure account as well. You could consider adding your child's social security number or other identifiers to monitor any potential compromise or exposure on the dark web. Child identity theft can have long-lasting consequences, potentially impacting your child's credit and future opportunities. By remaining vigilant, educating your child, and keeping a close eye on his or her personal information, you can help better protect your child from the impacts of identity theft. While these recommendations are designed to help protect your children's identities, they can apply to your own personal information as well. Remember to communicate with caution and treat all personal information with care, whether it belongs to you or your loved ones. Remember that we are standing ready to help. If you suspect identity theft or you find your personal information has been compromised, you have access to a team of professional identity theft recovery advocates as a no-cost benefit of your Better Checking account. These professionals are trained and ready to help you reverse the damage and get back on track quickly. Our experienced advocates know how to spot identity theft and, when necessary, will support you through the process of repairing any damage. If you suspect identity fraud has affected any member of your family, including your minor children, our team of identity theft recovery advocates is standing by, ready to support you and your family. They're experienced in spotting child identity theft and supporting you through the process of repairing the harm it may cause now and in the future. If you do not currently have a Better Checking account, visit our website, trianglecu.org, to learn more. I'll share the link in the show notes. If there are any other tips or topics you'd like us to cover, let us know at tcupodcast@trianglecu.org. Like and follow our Making Money Personal Facebook and Instagram pages, and look for our sponsor, Triangle Credit Union, on social media to share your thoughts. Thanks for listening to today's Money Tip Tuesday. Check out our other tips and episodes on the Making Money Personal podcast.